Hello survivors and welcome back to Vegas Virality. In today's video we are going to be answering the question, what if you were only allowed to use your epic characters in an event? What's up guys, long time no see. I know I haven't uploaded recently. It's just simply because there's not been any excitement going on in the game. I've been waiting for some sort of announcement, some new character, something to make a video on. I haven't had any pulls, anything, because I wait for my recruits and rewards pulls until the end of the month. I haven't had enough coins to do a character pull. There hasn't been anything super exciting that come out recently, so I've kind of just been waiting. But I think I waited too long, and then I decided to do a what if video. So what if your epic characters were the only tunes you could use in like war or raids? What would your defense team look like? What would your offensive team look like? I think this is an interesting video simply because Scopely has been giving out 5-star characters like they're nothing recently, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys have some really cool characters that can be on some really cool teams. So I just want to see what your guys' teams are, and I want to show you guys what my teams would be. But before we start with that, I've been waiting to do this for like 2 or 3 days now. You guys know what they are. We have a green stun weapon when attacking and a second attack when attacking blue weapon. I don't know which one's which, so we're going to start with the one on the right. So let's hope we get it. Earl, please give me what I want. So this is going to be the green stun when attacking. And we got the plus 150, so there's a chance. Bonus crit, so that's like the 3rd time in a row we got bonus crit. Still no stun when attacking, but you know, you gotta just keep going with it until you get what you want. Alright, so let's go with pull number 2 here. This is the make a second attack when attacking. This is going to be used for Tyrese for attack teams. Come on, let's go. Come on, please, 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 please. So we got plus 120, so it's not looking good. And we got bonus crit here as well. So that was a bummer. But what can you do? You just got to reset the weapon and try again. Getting good weapons does not come easy, unfortunately. So let's get to the main portion of this video. So what if Scopely decided they wanted to make a 5-star exclusive raid tournament or war? What would your teams look like? So I'm going to go through my defensive team and my attacking team for an instance in where this event would happen. So let's get to my roster and to see what my teams would look like. Taking the liberty to do this off screen. So let's look at my defensive team. Now I think this defensive team is well-rounded, and I think this is the perfect defensive team with the characters I have. So let's take a look at them. So we got my leader is Clementine. She has a good leader skill. All melee teammates get plus 30% HP and plus 30% defense. She beat out the likes of Trip and others for this slot. And I think she has a really great defensive leader skill, and her adrenaline rush helps that much more. Feisty attack, deal 350% damage to one enemy and all enemies adjacent to it. Plus 20 crit for 2 turns. And honestly guys, she is a great tune to start off this team. She does a good amount of damage. She can attack the whole team if you target the person in the middle. She has a very good defensive leader skill. I think she's the perfect person to start this team out. So let's look at team member number 2. I'm pretty sure you guys know why I have Glenn on this team. And also for the sake of this argument, all these tunes would be maxed out and their adrenaline rusher would be maxed out. Road to Survival Edition number 2 Glenn is the second member on this team. His special skills execution, that's helpful for when you got annoying characters that get like plus 90 or plus 100. The indomitable tunes that are annoying to take down. This guy just, you're pretty much almost dead anyway, so I'm just going to hit you once and you're dead. Your defense bonuses don't matter. And let's look at his adrenaline rush. Breach, deal 275% damage to up to 3 enemies and revive one teammate with 20% of their max HP. Now I love his adrenaline rush obviously because he's a revival character, and I think every defensive team needs like a revival character or a healer or some sort of like character that'll keep your team alive longer and be that much more annoying. But not only that, he does 275% damage, which isn't that much to be honest, but he does it to up to 3 enemies. Now you have Clementine dealing to 1 enemy and all enemies adjacent to it, so that's pretty much 5 enemies. And then you got Glenn hitting 3 at once. So that's honestly very good for a defensive team. And he's a melee teammate, so he fits Clementine's leader skill very well. So let's look at teammate number 3. Dr. Stevens, this is probably the most annoying healer of all time. I wanted him so bad when he came out. I didn't get him then, but I have him now. So Scopely, if you're listening, make that epic character only event. I'd love to see how this team would do. So this is Road to Survival number 1, Dr. Stevens. Second wind, very fast adrenaline rush. All other teammates gain plus 20% AP. All teammates regain up to 20% of their max HP for 3 turns. So that's 60% HP over 3 turns. That's insane. He has his own leader skill, but Clementine's leader skill is just better in my opinion. It's not bad, but Clementine just edges him out. Honestly, this is a perfect healer to have. This guy's going to be annoying. His adrenaline rush is going to be going off pretty much every turn or every 2 turns if you got the right weapon configured with him. And honestly, perfect healer for this kind of team. He fits the melee part of Clementine's leader skill. Now let's look at, obviously, my favorite of the bunch. This is Michonne in Too Deep. She is a human shield. Y'all know what that does. And her adrenaline rush for the 6 would not be maxed out at all. I like my human shields to not have a high maxed out adrenaline rush simply because they don't do the job when they're doing an adrenaline rush. They're not there to do damage. They're there to block your team and to be super annoying to take down. And Michonne will do the job. She has an absolute defense weapon. And I do not want her using her adrenaline rush because that leaves your whole team vulnerable. And then when their whole team's vulnerable, she's not doing her job. So honestly, she would, in a perfect world, she would have a 1 out of 10. But I've gotten lucky, I guess, because I've had like 1 or 2 of her traits when leveling her up used in a level up, and she's gotten a level up. It's just been lucky or unlucky in my case. I don't know how to say that. So Michonne, as long as you block my team and you don't use your adrenaline rush, you're good with me. You fit the melee restriction on Clementine's skill, and you're a perfect member to round out the team. And for the final member of the team, this guy completely rounds out this team in my opinion. So Ezekiel, all out war. He does critical strike, very fast AP, deals 700% damage to 1 enemy. This character gets plus 80 crit for 2 turns. And he has a Guardian, which is perfect. So this guy does a ton of damage. So I have him here obviously because he does a ton of damage. But not only that, his special skill has it so he does defensive duties as well. He's going to guard. Hopefully Michonne block a hit for her, just like her absolute defense weapon would. But honestly, guys, this guy is perfect for this team. So let me know what you guys think of my team. So I got a good defensive leader, I got a revival character, I got an annoying healer, I got a human shield, and I got a heavy hitting green toon that does defensive duties as well. Not to mention my yellow toons would have absolute defense weapons, so that would just make this team that much more annoying to take out. Alright guys, so that was my defensive team. Let's look at my attacking team. And my attacking team is led by Andrea. Her leader skill, all tough teammates get plus 30% attack and a very large bonus to AP when attacking. So that's a very good leader skill for an attacking team. So Eagle Eye, deal 800% damage to 1 enemy. Fantastic attacking adrenaline rush. This is literally the 1-hit kill of the epic world. And this was one character you had to target first or you were going to pay for it. So she's my leader. And obviously you see her leader skill. You got all tough teammates get plus 30%. Not all ranged teammates. So all my team's going to be tough. So I'm not going to have that much variety, but honestly, why do you need variety when you have good toons like the ones that are going to be rounding out this team? So you got Limited Edition Jesus in slot 2. He has a good leader skill, but it's more like for zombies or defense. So let's look at his Adrenaline Rush. Deal 350% damage to 1 enemy. This character regains up to 40% of their max HP and revives 1 teammate with 40% of their max HP. So I love this Jesus simply because he was my leader for so long. So I have sentimental value with this guy. But his Adrenaline Rush is awesome. He's going to do a decent amount of damage. He's going to heal himself. And he's going to revive a dead character of yours. So if Andrea gets targeted first and she gets taken out pretty quick, you got Jesus there to the rescue to save her. And he fits that tough restriction on Andrea's leader skill. So this is a perfect teammate to have for revival purposes. So let's look at teammates 3 and 4, which are the same character. These are the Shiva Force Jesuses. Jesuses, that's a funny word. So we got a 1-man army. Deal 450% damage to up to 3 enemies. This character regains up to 25% of their max HP. And he has probably one of the most underrated special skills, Hold the Line. Wow, these Shiva Force Jesuses, when I saw them when the event came out, this is one of the characters I felt like I needed to have. And now I have 2 of them. Now this is fantastic. So Scopely, if you're listening again, please make this event happen. I would love to use these guys in an event. Alright, so why would I have them on my team? So obviously the special skill is good. Like if Andrea gets taken out or Jesus gets taken out, that's fine. It's gonna make these Jesus more difficult to take out. And these guys, have you seen their Adrenaline Rush's name? 1-man army. This guy can handle himself in a battle. So he does a lot of damage to a lot of people, and he's gonna heal himself. So honestly, guys, this guy's a perfect damaged character to round out this ranged attacking team. So let's look at the final character on this team. It is Trip. Now, this guy is a need to have when you're running a ranged team. He's a bulky healer. Trip ties that bind. Prescott Hospitality. All teammates regain up to 50% of their max HP and recover from all penalties. He has a good leader skill. It's more of a defensive leader skill. Like if I wanted to run a ranged defensive team, this guy would be my leader. But this guy's just going to make my attack team for his healing purposes. And his bulkiness. Like if they target him, my Andrea is gonna have time to get her adrenaline rush off, and the Jesuses are gonna have time to get their adrenaline rushes off. So this character, honestly, one of my favorite healing characters of all time, and he was free. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys either have him or have used him for Ascension at some point. But honestly, I think this is a perfect team as well. So we got a good leader with a good attacking leader skill. We got a revival character that heals himself. And we got 2 damage characters that heal himself with a good special skill. And you got a bulky healer that doesn't do a lot of damage, but he's there for support purposes. So I think he does the job well. So I think this is a perfect team, guys. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of my teams. So guys, so this leads me to the question of the day. And I'm just going to scroll down and show you my epic characters. So maybe you guys can point out a character that I should have on my teams. So my question of the day for you guys is basically, what characters would you use on your teams, on your attack and defense teams for an event like this? Would your team be good? And I'm just curious to see what you guys have, because they've been giving out epic characters kind of like candy at Halloween. And I'm pretty sure we'd see some cool epic character team and every kind of configurations for teams. I'd be very excited to see that. So hopefully Scopely makes this a thing and does an epic character exclusive war or raid event. I'd be super excited for it. So let me know in the comment section down below, first, if you think that's a good idea, and second, what your attack and defensive teams would look like if there was an epic exclusive raid or war event. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate the support as always, and I will see you in the next video.